Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. If you're feeling charitable, please smash that subscribe button and that like button. And please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, where things are very, very explosive today. Doctor Who fans, let me just play you something. Then we'll discuss it. This is going to be a rant.
Some other news, the crisis in the Doctor Who fandom seems to have worsened. We go live to Chris Walker-Thompson in the midst of the conflict on Twitter. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Al. Things have escalated on Twitter with the Doctor Who fandom, as you can see behind me. I'm reluctant to say it's like the opening of Genesis of the Daleks out here, with fans getting... Oh, that was close. With fans getting mowed down left, right and centre. All of this carnage caused from a friendly lockdown watch-along of past episodes that has just brought fans across the world together.
Chris, I'm not sure I'm receiving you clearly. Did you just say this was the result of a good thing?
That's right, El. What was an organised, fun fan event to pass time in this lockdown has now become the battleground of untold proportions. The very idea of inviting previous doctors like David Tennant and Matt Smith to tweet alongside their episode's writers and other cast members, reminiscing and giving exclusive bits of behind-the-scenes info naturally encountered a backlash.
But this sounds like a great idea, Chris. Why would anyone oppose this?
Well, the self-appointed biggest fans believe these watch-alongs are ignoring the classic series, despite the fact that they're not as available as the newer series are. So naturally, they're pissed off and are attacking the organiser for excluding them.
It does sound quite like peculiar behaviour for such a good thing. How bad has the backlash been?
Well, the backlash is pretty tame, Al. Not only have these pricks been attacking the organiser, but supporters of this very event itself are taking it upon themselves to pile on, reshare the backlash to encourage further pile-ons to the backlash to backlash. It's total fucking carnage, mate.
I apologise for the language there, viewers. Chris, please refrain from swearing.
I'm sorry, it was very unprofessional, but it's getting really hectic out here. You just can't help but get suckered in and get royally pissed off.
Wow. Now, I don't know who's responsible for this, but obviously they're part of the elite, they're part of the BBC, one of Emily's friends. Yes, Emily organised, got a little twitch. Emily organised BBC lockdown, Doctor Who lockdown. I keep on saying that, don't I? Doctor Who lockdown, right? So let's go back to the beginning, right? So we could discuss this. Obviously, I'm not a fan of that. Some sarcastic twat thinks they're being clever. But we're going to discuss this calmly. I already said twat, so I'm already going to swear, right? Well, he swore, so I can swear, right? So apparently, Emily, what's-her-face, right, who is an editor or works for the Doctor Who magazine, organised this whole thing. So the idea was that we would have tweet-alongs. She would decide what episodes we watched, what would tweet along with. They weren't responsible for how we were going to watch it. We could put our DVDs on at the same time, Amazon Prime streaming, yada, 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 right? So this started off really, really great. And she came across as a great gal, right? A great gal. She was doing something nice, right? Nice, right? By the way, it hasn't stopped her promoting her magazine and trying to get money for the poor elites in the entertainment industry. No, not the starving children, right? Not health professionals suffering. The poor families from the entertainment industry. Sounds like a bit of a blag, because that's exactly what it was. So anyway, right, there was no negativity. There was no toxicity. We all thought she was a stand-up gal, right? So it all started with the Day of the Doctor, then we did another one, then we did Rose, and she was coming up with hashtags. It was fun. She brought Russell T Davies onto Twitter, and she brought Stephen Moffat back to Twitter. Exciting stuff. I mean, you do have to beg the question why these people would come onto Twitter. Oh, they were being nice. Nothing to do with Doctor Who being a dead IP for the past 2 seasons. Nothing to do with After the Timeless Children, Doctor Who being a dead IP. Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with this IP being dead and them being desperate and them not using a global pandemic to their advantage. But what episodes were they putting on? Were they putting on these brilliant 2 recent seasons? Were we going to watch? Were we going to watch The Woman Who Fell to Earth? No, I'm sure that's coming. By the way, no. We were tweeting along to Superior Revival of Doctor Who, and this is why these events were so popular. Bringing Russell on, bringing Stephen on, great. It was great to hear from them. I was having a good time. So how did the negativity start here? Well, it's really simple. It all started with Paul Cornell. This is when it started to get really bad, when he decided to block a bunch of fans, including me, on Twitter, right? So anyway, a bunch of fans were thinking, hang on, I've never spoke to this guy. What's he doing? So he's literally found people who don't like the current irritation of the show. He's multi-blocked them. And if they follow anyone who doesn't, or who follows Bo Streck and people like that, people from the fandom menace, block. Anyway, a very negative situation. He made a very toxic short Doctor Who story continuing from his original 2-parter, pretty much accusing the classic Doctors of being sick inside. Can you understand maybe why there's been some toxicity, right? This is all stuff that this person, Emily, who's organised this thing, is a part of and supports, right? So from that moment, she started coming in, making noises about the right type of fans. I've actually made a list of people who should be allowed to watch Doctor Who. Oh shit, I haven't, because there are no bloody rules, are they? Who are you, Emily, to tell people who can and can't be fans? So let's go back to this sarcastic video. Very well made HD video, BBC News footage, very sarcastic, right? So now I'm going to tell you the truth. So let's be honest about this. People are kicking off because no classic episodes are being made available for this tweet along. Now, quite frankly, I never gave a shit about that. I still don't give a shit. I literally don't care what episodes. It was good. It was fun, right? Now, they're talking about classic episodes not being readily available, though. I have The Unearthly Child, the very first ever episode of Doctor Who, on my Prime Video. I've got it. I bought it for nothing. Do you know how much I bought it for? A £5. Or was that the whole of the first season? A £5. There are plenty of available classic episodes. She just didn't want to put them on, right? Rightly or wrongly, she didn't want to put them on. Now, should she be mocked or attacked for this? Of course not. That's not the real reason this is going on, right? It's become toxic, as I said, since Cornell started multi-blocking. And since she started retweeting bot accounts that have only just been created, saying things, isn't it great to have the right type of fans, bringing the right type of fans back to Doctor Who? Who are you? Who are you to say who are the right type of fans and the wrong type of fans? I did a video last week reacting to some of her comments. Absolutely despicable. No one should say that they don't like Doctor Who. So if we're a fan of something, we should be a fan, right? I spoke about this last week, right? And we should never say anything negative about something. So this is what I did. So Neil Gaiman was loving this video. Yeah, isn't it funny? Yeah, let's mock the fans, right? Let's mock the fans. So this is the one I did to Emily Cook. That's her name, Emily Cook. I always call her Emily Wood. So after she started laughing at this video, loving this mockery of the fans who are upset. And let's be honest here, they're not attacking her. They're constructively saying, listen, why can't we tweet along to some classic episodes? Do I think people should dictate what episodes she decides are tweeted along to? No, I don't. So her attitude is that no one should complain. So I wrote a little sketch myself. Hello, can I come into your shop? No. Excuse me, what? You can't come in? Why? You can't come in. Why? You complained after I mocked customers like you. But isn't that what customers do? I don't care. But how will you make money? I don't care. I hate you. Go away. And this is the attitude. Now, this is the one I did to this Chris Walker geezer. Now, Chris Walker Thompson, now I don't know if he's just a fan or if he's the one who made this BS video up. Hello, can I have a quarter of ham off the bone? No. Sorry, excuse me. I don't like you. I'm not going to serve you. You said you didn't like my meat. And I said you was a bad customer. Get out. All customers who complain. But how are you going to make money? But shut up. And there was another one I did with Neil Gaiman. I don't know what that's gone now. I have unfollowed Gaiman as well. And I've unfollowed Emily. I want nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this toxic deluge, right? So let's be free here and speak here. She's plugged the Doctor Who magazine, another dying thing that wasn't making any money. She's used this whole lockdown to make the BBC money and try and revive a dead IP. Then there was this charity thing she was doing. I think it was Just Giving. I don't know what it was, to raise money for poor families in the entertainment industry, right? And she's got a lot of money for that charity, by the way. Ka-ching! Blag is on. The blag is on, everyone. So this whole, it was just someone trying to do something nice. Is it nice to talk about the wrong type of fans? And let's be honest, she's been making these noises for weeks. We know where she stands. We know what she stands. We clearly know this is another member of the politically... basically, right, the ideology of the BBC and the current irritation of Doctor Who has triggered people, right? I understand. There are people who simply weren't happy that a female was cast in the role. I am not there. That I'm not with those people. I never was. My opinion has been for the past 2 years that Doctor Who has become bland, vanilla and boring. That's where I stood with it, and I still stand with it, right? So this whole lockdown was started by someone who's an elite, who works for the Doctor Who magazine, who is a BBC employee after all. So they don't like it. Basically, Cornell embarrassed them. But of course, they're not going to attack a person from their own trough. So they're not going to call him toxic. They're not going to call him rude, right? So as usual, who are they going to attack? Us, the fans, right? So now it's become not a very a good thing to be a part of, is it? It's not. I don't want to be a part of it. So I've unfollowed people like the Who Addicts because I want to talk about the Who Addicts for a minute. No. I've always liked the Who Addicts, but all of a sudden they've become very aggressive. They want to be the #1 independent Doctor Who YouTube channel. I can tell that. They're putting video out after video after video after video. All of a sudden, they're interested in Classic Who and Big Finish. You were never interested in that in the past. And the other day, their actual account on Twitter actually screenshot someone complaining about the current irritation very constructively, and they were taking the mick out of them while quote tweeting this comment, right? And when you do that, you've lost me. This is toxic. That's just as toxic as people coming in, attacking Jodie for being the Doctor, right? There's no difference. There is no difference, right? You heard in that video, in that sarcastic video, right? They're angry. How dare people complain that no classic episodes are part of these tweet-alongs? Would it hurt, Emily? Would it hurt to do an Unearthly Child? Do you remember that fake Radio Times account I did a video about when she was accused of saying that Peter Capaldi wasn't a good doctor? I think she said it. Right? She had no intention of doing a Capaldi tweet-along, and then she had to. Right? At the end of the day, this is how elitists work, right? The whole thing, this wasn't a nice thing. This was a scam from the very beginning to save a dying IP. And I am done with it. I am done with these YouTubers who think they can tell people how to act and what to think and what to say, right? I am done with all of them. I am done with this toxic fan base. I will support Doctor Who. Do you know what's really funny about this whole thing? Even though the past 2 seasons of Doctor Who I feel are bland, boring and vanilla, I have got the box set. I've got season 11 box set. I've got the season 12 box set coming tomorrow or the next day, right? I've even bought the seasons on Prime Video because I can't watch the BBC here in Cyprus, right? I've supported this platform. I've supported this show, even though I'm disappointed in the direction it's gone in, right? I've financially supported it, but they don't want us. They don't want a 47-year-old man watching Doctor Who. How dare I? How dare I? How dare you speak against Doctor Who? How dare you? That's how we're being treated. We're being treated like leopards. Just because people came out and said, we are not happy because there's no classic Doctor Who in these tweet-alongs, they're being attacked, right? They're being attacked. How dare you say anything to the mighty Emily? How dare you question her? That's all that's been done. She's been questioned. She's been questioned. And her excuse is they're not readily available. As I've said, An Unearthly Child, the first series ever of Doctor Who, is like a fiver. And so are quite a few others, readily available on Prime Video, which we all have access to, right? Prime Video have even made certain episodes available for free in America. I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige there as well, right? Right? And so this is where we are, people being attacked. And it's a back and forth all the time. I don't want to be involved in this. I don't want to be involved in this. I will always support Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. Whoever's playing the Doctor, however bland, boring and vanilla it gets, I will support this IP. But I can't support this. And it's a shame. I mean, luckily, I've still got the Life on Mars kind of tweet-alongs, which have been so friendly and so nice. And the writer-creators, other producers and actors, it's been polite. It's been fun. The fans are wonderful. And it's an absolute shame that I have been pushed. I've been keeping my mouth shut about Emily for quite a long time because she's been making digs about fans for quite a few weeks now, right? And she keeps on doing it and doing it. So I wanted to unfollow her. I wanted to stop supporting this. I know they don't care whether I do the tweet-alongs or not. I know the Who addicts don't care if I subscribe to their channel or not. I get it. I get it. I understand. But at the end of the day, I am done with it. I am done with this. I'm done with people telling me how I should feel about my favourite TV show. I'm not demanding you change it. I'm not demanding that you move Jodie on as the Doctor. I'm not making any of those demands. I'm saying if I don't like something and I'm constructive and I say, hey, Emily, why is there no classic Doctor Who episodes in these tweet-alongs, right? She doesn't like that. It hurts her sensibilities, right? Oh, poor Emily. Poor Emily. She was only doing a nice thing. She's not getting paid, you know, right? The whole thing has been a scam to save this dead IP from the very beginning. I am done with it. I am done with them. I will never be done with the Doctor. There's toxicity on both sides. They're not my Doctor, people. RIP Doctor Who. Of course they're toxic, right? Of course they're toxic. But so is she now. And so is that idiot who did that video. It's all toxicity from both sides. I don't like what the fandom menace do. I don't like what RIP Doctor Who does or whatever the other hashtag is, right? I don't like any of it. But I'm not going to be involved with you people. I can't. You're affecting my mental health, right? You're affecting my mental health, Emily. You're just as bad as they are. All you had to do was basically rise above it. But you can't do that. Attacking people for not liking something. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, right? And you're sucking innocent people who may happen not to be happy because you're not doing any kind of classic episodes, right? It is what it is. But I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done with these tweet-alongs, and so will a lot of other people. Not because I have influence, right? I don't have influence. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm a small artistic guy. I'm a small writer. I'm a small actor. I'm quite tall, actually, right? But I'm not famous, right? I ain't a big deal. But I've got my opinions. I wear my heart on my sleeve like many, many people do. Allow us to keep on having our hearts on our sleeves. How dare you? How dare you try and muffle our opinions, right? We have invested money, but we're men, and you don't like us, and you want to bring women and members of the LGBT community, which is great. You want to bring them in as fans. That's great that you want to expand. the accessibility of who watches Doctor Who, but that's not your aim, is it? Your aim is for them to actually replace us as viewers. You don't like us. We don't fit your political ideology. It is nuts. It is nuts. The whole situation is nuts, and I'm absolutely done with it, and I'm absolutely done with all you YouTubers and all of you. I've absolutely had enough. So goodbye, comment down below, like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back with probably more calmer Doctor Who episodes. See you again soon.